everyone. Just going by him. Oh, by the way, I call myself Charlie Garcia. I hate it. It's a thing. But I figure I have to change my name in order for me to talk about past things that I've worked on.
Okay.
NDAs and all that shit. So, fuck it.
And you thought just the last name?
Yeah.
You were like, just that the last name is the only thing? Charlie, nobody's going to figure it out, but Garcia's, that's where they're going to trip up?
Honestly, I'm the only Charlie I've ever met working in advertising.
Okay.
So maybe that's not good enough.
It's not a little, it might stand out like a sore thumb. But it sounds good. Okay, Mr. Garcia, let's do this.
All right, let's do it. And what this is Dying on a Hill, the business and marketing podcast about campaigns and initiatives that people really should have given up on earlier than they did. Joining me this week is the very funny, one of my favorite people just to be around and hang out with, Lauri Rogenkamp.
Oh, thank you, Charlie. That's so sweet.
It's very true. Did I say your last name right?
Yes, you did.
Yes!
We did it.
Because that would have been embarrassing.
No,
to just fluff you up like that and then get your name.
Oh, I have that happen to me all the time, especially when I'm introducing a guest that my co-host books, and I'm like, I just go and welcome Jennifer, and then I just look at Maria I'm like, you say the last name.
Jennifer
Smith. Okay, good. That's how you pronounce it.
This week, this is going to be a fun one. We're not doing the reading. We're not, because what I normally do is do a 1,500 to 2,000 word write-up deep dive on some thing. So I've done Pepsi and Nestle formula because it kills babies.
Oh, jeez. That's not good.
Nah. And then Apple commercials. This one, it's going to be a fun one. It's a mini-sode. And all we're doing today is going over the investor packet for the infamous Fyre Festival.
Okay.
So what is an investor packet? An investor packet is basically a pitch deck that you put together to literally prove to people who are going to give you money that you're worth being given money. It's really interesting how little information is actually on this thing. It's exactly as the many documentaries and American Greed episodes have said. It's just all style, no substance. But we're going to go through and we're going to point out how exactly this is all just a big pile of nothing.
Yeah.
This is a 42-page deck.
Jesus. That is...
I don't know if we're going to be able to comb through every single page.
That's insane that... just think about all the people that were yes, this is the best that we can come up with.
I'm pretty sure that Ja Rule was the only one who bought in after this. That seems like a great business plan.
Yeah, it's just because the header and footer were Murder Inc. That's it. That's the only reason why.
There's a watermark of murder.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into this. I'm going to post a link to this in the comments. So everyone, please download at your will, view it along, show it to friends, and just have a good laugh. Because
have a party.
Here we go. So what is the Fyre Festival? Well, this thing right here says Fyre defines how we engage audiences, consume media, and share content by connecting consumers, celebrities, and brands through live experiences.
Okay.
What does that mean to you? You're gonna...
is it like a fast food place? What are they trying to do? I feel like they're trying to sell me on a kind of sandwich. So I have a question. Is this for the app or is this for the festival?
I think this is for everything.
Okay.
So what?
Because the festival is supposed to be an introduction for the app, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then, so here's the...
That explains none of it.
Right.
Literally, there's so much they're doing. And they're I know what we're going to do. We're going to explain none of it.
Sure. We're off to a great start.
Yeah.
Now, apparently there's a problem. And it's that the recorded music revenue is under pressure.
Oh, that's it. That's the problem. I didn't know. I was wondering what the problem was. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's just the high prices and the music industry just is an outdated model. But no, it's that they're under pressure.
They're under pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not that it only works for the people at the top and no one in the middle. It's that they're under pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on Ariana Grande, and every other artist feels it.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure her backup dancers are like, man, I want to be Ariana Grande right now.
Those 8 lines of coke she just did off of my ass. It's a hard life.
It's so hard. And I didn't wash my ass, so it's gonna be awkward.
And it goes on to say artists are seeking new ways of earning revenue as a music industry business model has become disrupted. So like the Fyre Festival, like the Fyre app was basically Cameo, right? Do you know what Cameo is?
Yes, I actually did Cameo.
You did Cameo.
Yeah.
You're a Cameo celebrity.
Yeah. No, not. I wish. No, I bought a Cameo for my girlfriend.
Oh, who'd you get?
I bought. God, I can't remember her name now, but it's this reality show that my girlfriend likes to watch, which is like, it's like Mexican Dynasty or something like that. And this lady that my girlfriend likes on the show, she did it, and she was very sweet.
Aww.
She was like, my girlfriend was going through a tough time at work, and I bought it, and I was just like, if you could just, like, literally was just like, it doesn't have to be long. If you could just say that, you know, I'm sorry she's going through this tough time, and that I appreciate and I love her. And she went on like a 2-minute ramble about, and it was very sweet. She's like, and she had like a really thick accent. I just want you to know that God loves you and you're going to get through this. I was like, oh, this is nice.
That's really sweet of you to do, but that's so sweet of like that's the anti-Fyre.
Yes. She literally is anti-Fyre. No, yeah. So basically what they're trying to say is like, so yeah, because I was always wondering what the app was going to be about. So the app and it was going to be like, you basically go like, hey, I'm having a get together at a friend's house. If I give you $50,000, will you come do a song? And then they're like, yes.
I think so. Yeah, I think that was it.
Sounds feasible.
Right. They have Kevin Garnett here because apparently Fyre removes the friction to secure talent. You know,
also it's not just musicians then, it's celebrities and stuff like
that. They're pitching themselves as like a one-stop shop to basically hire celebrities as hookers.
So it is Cameo then.
Oh, so Cameo does that too? Like,
no, I mean, but like you oh, you mean like, oh, this is real life. I keep forgetting that this is real life. So Cameo is just the actual, like, you send it in, you send a video. This is like they come to your house and give you a blowjob.
Yeah, for 5 roses they'll. So when I was on Tinder, like, you know, long time ago.
Your caption, your description was, "I fill up the water." Was that it?
I don't.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. They had roses as like a analogy, I guess, or a hint, nudge, nudge for money you'd do for sex and all that.
Really?
Yeah, like, you know, 85 roses, I guess, would be like, I don't know, $85 or.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I feel like gay Tinder and straight Tinder are different things, though.
I imagine they are.
Because, like, yeah, gay Tinder, I didn't really see that. It was a lot of, like, gay Tinder was, like, mostly like, hey, I'm married and I really want to have sex with a woman and my husband wants to watch. So why don't we hang out and see where this goes? That was a lot of gay Tinder. Did you
get to hang out with anyone?
No. Oh. No. I don't like married couples.
Me neither.
So,
that's funny because when you're married, all of your friends just turn into married friends, and so they're really probably just more couples want to hang out with, just single people in general. They're like, look, we're gonna catfish them. We'll get them with the sex, but the sex will never be here.
That's really what it was. Is they were like, we're not gonna have sex, but we just want to watch a movie and just sit in silence for a while.
What do you think about this guy that has influencers on him?
Ugh. He's
apparently he's like pleased with something.
Yeah. He looks like he just figured out how to date rape somebody. Like he just figured out, like, I know what I'll do. Like, this is great.
Here we go.
Yeah. Like he was just like, oh, I got it. Like he was the first date rapist. Like he was like, oh, this is what I'm going to do. That's what he looks like. And that shirt is just awful.
Hey, guys, get around here. I figured something out.
Yeah, hey.
What is it, Todd?
Let's do prayer hands for no reason.
All right.
Yeah, his name is probably Todd.
They sent this out. I know for a fact that they sent out this Fyre roster that included Jamie Foxx, Queen Latifah, Iggy Azalea. Like, we're at the page 8 where they're saying all the celebrities that are currently bought in. None of these fucking people were bought in.
No. And I can't imagine, like, Queen Latifah wants to, like, be a part of a thing where she has to go to strangers' houses and, like, talk to them and stuff.
I imagine Queen Latifah's over almost everything.
Oh, yeah. I have a feeling she never leaves her house.
No,
she
right.
probably just, like, hangs out with her girlfriend or
whatever.
Alleged girlfriend.
Yeah, Queen Latifah's managed to be like asexual her entire career.
Yeah, she's great. I mean, but yeah, I can't imagine that. I mean, I could see maybe Jesse Joe Stark, and then DJ Khaled just wants to have as many things say DJ Khaled as possible.
Absolutely.
So I could see him wanting it.
Who is Jesse Joe Stark?
I have no idea. That's what I'm saying. I could see her.
Yeah, definitely
people are like,
her.
I don't know.
Jamie Foxx is probably holding a like $1,000 bottle of
Cavassier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, do you want to hang out for $50?
Yeah.
I'll send you well wishes.
And then I could see maybe Iggy Azalea because she's got a lot of plastic surgery she's got to pay for.
Oh, yeah. And it never stops once you get it. Apparently, Botox, there's something in Botox that actually does make people happier.
Really?
Yeah. It's like a weird chemical in it.
Is it the fact that you feel younger?
Something like that. It's like an anti-stressant or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, buyers and talent. Okay, so let's just see this intricate process that they have.
So we have a nondescript explanation, a problem that doesn't exist, and people on board who really aren't on board.
Right.
Okay.
And we're not even past page 10 yet.
Okay, great.
Apparently the system that they're working with here is the buyers, where you quickly submit and negotiate offers and finalize payments. Because that's what DJ Khaled has going on. He's like, oh shit, let me just negotiate every single ping that I'm getting through the Fyre app.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. Hold on, bro. DJ Khaled, I gotta go step out of the back. Roger wants to negotiate this thing for his son's birthday. Yeah. Hold on, baby. While I finish not eating you out, I'm gonna go finalize this business deal.
Oh, the one that's gonna afford you to keep this house? No.
No. It's like I'm upping the stakes. I'm going from $20 to $25.
This guy just has to make it worth my time.
Yes. But I love how that's the first thing. Quickly submit and negotiate offers and finalize payments. So quickly do the whole thing.
It's the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that's like, and then it says it goes to talent. So evaluate, negotiate, and accept offers. Imagine the balls on someone trying to tell Iggy Azalea that like they've evaluated them to not be worth whatever money that they're going to pay. Like, this woman gets paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to put on concerts for private companies and all this shit. And meanwhile, like, Dan from Akron is just like, no, just ass.
Yeah. I don't hurt you, but my daughter likes you, so $1,000.
This is so I've noticed that we just keep saying guys are using this. This is a guy thing, right?
I'm pretty sure. I feel like girls might use it in like the way that they might like try and find like places to go, but this doesn't seem like that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like girls seem more of like the kind of, to me, and this is very, I'm kind of like making a generalization, but to me, girls seem like the type of where the girls that like music, like this kind of would be into this kind of stuff, seem like they would go to a concert.
Sure.
Whereas guys who like that kind of stuff would seem like they would want the concert to come to them, or they would want the artist to come to them.
Right. Oh, that's a great point. So maybe in their mind, the Fyre Festival was an excuse to get the women to something.
Yeah.
So that then the men could basically go there for the bottle service and the right to be separate from it.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. The men like to be where the women are. So they're like, well, I guess I gotta go.
Right.
So, you know.
So you have toured doing stand-up, and you've booked, and you do all that fancy entertainment stuff. This little paragraph here, I imagine wouldn't fly with anyone, really.
What paragraph?
Fyre maximizes talent earnings by exposing their availability to qualified talent buyers and venues, which basically means that, like, if they're quote unquote qualified by whatever fucking standard Fyre has, which apparently is none.
Yeah.
They just have access to your Google Calendar.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit.
That's what I do. You know, I send out to like venues in like Seattle and New York and Florida, and I just go, hey, I'm available between March and June, so just you pick a date and I'll be there. Like that's how I book.
Anytime before 7, after 8.
Yeah. I'm only. I have a hard out at 10. Don't ask me why. And
but if you want me to be there, I'm not including a headshot.
No. I'm not going to give you a video. I'm not going to give you references. I'm not even going to tell you what I do.
Here's my Twitter handle. It's private, and no, I will not accept your request.
Yeah.
But trust me, it's very funny.
A lot of people like it, but I won't tell you why.
All right, we're going to revenue model, which again is fake. Everything in this is fake. Fyre Festival, here it is. Now I feel like we're down to the meat
all right,
and potatoes.
we got through all the fluff. Now this is the stuff that's going to really line out everything.
But we're only at page like 10, right?
I think
so the first 10 pages of this investor packet, their entire business is the first 10 pages. So that means there's 32 pages of them just talking about this show that they want to put on.
Oh, Jesus.
That's supposed to support the thing that they could barely fill 10 pages with.
Okay. So I totally messed up then. I thought we were getting into more of the Fyre app was is their main business model.
Yeah.
That was the first. So now we're getting into the Fyre Festival.
Yes.
Which is the thing to. Oh, okay. I see. I was totally lost. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So literally the first 10 pages. So
that's like Walmart being like 10 pages. All right, we're going to sell things.
Yeah.
But then we're going to have the Walmart Festival.
Yeah.
It's going to be in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And there's going to be lots of guns.
Yeah.
We're going to have a stump booth with nails, hit nails with hammers.
We're going to have a long hallway where you walk around and you pick where you think somebody recently took a shit.
It's probably in the toilet section.
Oh, yeah. It's probably right where the toilet was.
God, have you ever been in a store where someone did that?
Yes. I was in a store once where a woman had uncontrollable diarrhea.
All right. Next thing is so for Fyre Festival, they want you to come seek, for searching is the foundation of fortune. What? And then it's just a bunch of clip art. It's a bunch of just bullshit stock image stuff. That whatever that concert is right there, like it is not their concert.
No.
They never put on a concert.
No. And that looks like a DJ concert almost. So it's not even like something they're trying to do.
Oh, there's just another page of innocuous stuff where it says, what if we reimagined what it means to attend? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was bad.
What if we reimagined what it means to attend a music festival?
It was not good.
Nah. Well, I mean, what if attending a music festival meant rummaging through 18-wheeler trailers and trying to pull out a mattress for yourself.
Yeah, and then having people pee on the mattresses because they're selfish dickheads and don't want you sleeping next to them.
Oh, and you have to fight off the horde of just people. Like, imagine taking an edible or E or Molly, whatever you do. Like, you got a pregame. You're all hyped up.
I will imagine it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that.
And you get to, like, the bus. You're probably peaking right about the time that they get to the airport, or that you get to, like, wherever the shit, like, third, like, not, I mean, I don't even want to say third world country. It was in the Bahamas, and, like, I'm, like, somehow the conditions at the Fyre Festival looked even worse than, like, a UN video.
Yes. I'm sure that there's somebody out there that's in like a PTSD group, and there's like a group of people and they're like, yeah, I got shot down in Nam, lost my buddy. Yeah, I got my leg blown off in Iraq. What happened to you? Fyre Festival, man.
Was there just like bodies and shit everywhere? I mean, everyone was shitting in a pretty organized place, but
we were all pretty hostile. We were all pretty angry, and there weren't enough beds.
Oh, just 3,000 20-somethings who are drunk and haven't eaten.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest takeaway from my 20s, is that I just need to eat pretty regularly.
Yes. I will say that's something with I work with teenagers mostly, and that's something that like I'm legit, like I feel like a Snickers commercial, because I'm just like, when any of the kids that I work with have like an emotional breakdown, I'm like, eat something for the love of God. Like, just,
when was the last time you had something to eat? I didn't eat this morning.
No.
It's 11 o'clock.
They never do. And they're always so shocked by 2 that they're starving. And it's like, the one kid's like, I don't like to eat during lunch because I don't like people watching me eat. It's like,
my God.
Who cares? Right now you're crying in the corner. Like, you think that's more embarrassing?
People were watching that.
Yeah.
It's on fucking World Star.
I took photos.
Again, all right, we're 3 pages in. I'm not even going to read this.
I wonder what part of this that the investors were like, yes, I'm in. Like, what sold them on it?
Well, in the documentary, it's not like they had a lot of corporate sponsorship. It's not like, Smirnoff or some vodka company was like, yeah, we'll give you $3 million so that we can set up a Smirnoff experience and like have some, I don't know, fuck tent.
Oh, the classic Smirnoff fuck tent. Come for the Smirnoff, stay to get off.
They might steal that. What is this? What? All right. This is their 5-year plan, apparently. Fyre has a unique goal and inspiration: the exploration of the uncharted, inspired by and referencing the 5 elements of the earth. What? There's more than 5, guys. There's a whole periodic table.
Oh my God.
Throughout the next 5 years, we will traverse the globe to find. All right, so they're basically saying that Fyre, like, all right, we may be an app.
Yes.
But we are also a real estate company.
Okay.
Apparently, like, they're saying they're going to go around and buy. Through the purchase of significant land, we will utilize the Each Festival as a major cultural event.
That's in there. That's what they sent out to investors. Investors. The Each.
Oh God, year 1.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ.
This is literally gonna go into all the elements.
No. Year 1.
All right.
Water.
Strap in. I'm taking my E right now.
I'm guessing this is the festival. This is the one. This is the one chance they had.
Yeah.
It's again a lady laying down. A lady looking at you like she just fucking hates you. Oh, click to view. Let's do that. What is this?
Oh, that was the video they shot.
Oh, let's see if it plays.
Yeah.
Is this the big one?
Yeah, that's the one that they shot. That was like they said was at the actual Fyre Festival. Because it was
this is just stuff, we got it.
Yeah.
Drone, why not?
Yeah. Because they actually, they had a concert. Well, that's Ja Rule at a different place, but.
Ja Rule has that is the Ja Rule. He can use all of his own likeness.
Yeah. No, remember, this was the beach that they shot at, but then because they shot at this beach, they kicked them off and they had to go to a different beach.
Right, but that beach that they were at didn't have anything anyways. Like, it didn't have any plumbing. It didn't have any infrastructure. It barely had an airport.
Yeah, that was once owned by Pablo Escobar because they said it was Pablo Escobar. So the beach that they actually shot at was like not the beach that they promoted.
Right. And because the owner of the island was like, don't fucking tell people that this was Pablo's island. He was like, get the fuck out of here.
He was like, I felt bad for him because he was kind of like, look, I'll let you guys stay here. You could do whatever. I'm really excited about it. You can have your festival. Just like, don't mention that Pablo Escobar used to own the island. And they're like, great. Okay. Pablo Escobar used to own the island. Did you guys know that?
All right, which actually segues beautifully into one of your passions, which is true crime.
I love true crime.
So Pablo's got a lot of true crime on him, right?
Yes.
Now, I think it wasn't until the Fyre Festival and like Narcos and all this stuff, like you hear about Pablo and in rap and pop culture. I didn't realize how much of a fucking monster he was.
Oh, he was terrible. Right? He was awful. Well, he was just I mean, like, I know it's going to come as a shock, but like most drug lords, he was an egotistical maniac.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff, like he ran for like president or mayor or some shit. And it was only because he wanted to have power. He wanted to be seen as powerful.
Right.
But yeah, he was awful. But I will tell you this, he probably would not have invested in the Fyre Festival.
I doubt it.
He probably would have been like, "Nah, man, I don't see the benefits."
Listen, how much of my cocaine are these people going to be taking back to the United States with them?
Yeah,
None, Pablo. This is just a concert.
Well, then I don't want it. No, I will kill you. And
motherfucker, I live in a prison I built for myself.
yeah, exactly. I'm my own Fyre Festival.
Oh, man. Fyre Festival presented by Pablo Escobar.
That'd be great.
And that would have been like the 70s. So.
Yeah, 70s, 80s.
Yeah. So like instead of Live 8,
90s, yeah.
You get Pablo's Fyre Festival.
Pablo's Fyre Festival. I think some people would attend.
All right.
This kind of reminds me a lot. Did you used to
go?
So
if that commercial was made pretty. It was only it was less than a year before the festival, right?
Yeah.
It was basically the launch commercial for all this stuff. So when they said like, oh, the yellow fucking or the orange square was so cool. By the way, the documentary on Netflix is like, I've never seen so many people sucking their own dicks.
Oh yeah.
Because that one is made by Fuck Jerry, which is the ad agency that basically ran everything. So they're just as culpable as everyone else. Because, like, as anyone in marketing will tell you, it's like publicly, no, we are not responsible or liable for the things that we sell. But according to the government sometimes, and then also according to just us being able to fucking sleep at night, yes, we are.
Yeah.
Like there is a real moral imperative to selling things that you either agree with or know aren't going to hurt or con people. There's a whole side of marketing called black hat marketing that is for tricking people and all that shit. But if you're making a fucking pitch deck, like,
yeah, why would you? Well, there was that whole thing where they were saying like, because the Netflix one, I remember them going like, we didn't know what was happening and we didn't know that they were so ill prepared and we were only hearing good things on our end. And then you watch the Hulu documentary and they're like, yeah, they were like hearing all this bad shit and they were still telling people that the festival was going great and that everything was going. So they were responding to people's like Instagram posts and Twitter posts and stuff. And it was like, they knew what was happening and they were still like, no, it's totally fine. Like they were still doing. So it was like, yeah, they were not innocent. I was going to say that this reminds me a lot of like, when you were younger, did you go to a lot of like pyramid scheme kind of like business meetings and stuff?
I went to one when I was young. My wife, as you know, is a...
Did somebody say pyramid scheme?
She's a big fan of pyramid scheme. You guys can have a chat later.
I feel like in my 20s, once a month, I got tricked into going to a pyramid scheme meeting.
Oh yeah.
Because I was like, and I would be like, I would go like, it definitely. I'd act like, you know how like you're like, if you're a cop, you got to tell me. I'd be like, is this a pyramid scheme? And they'd be like, no, what? No. And then I get there and be like, motherfucker, this is a pyramid scheme.
The only pyramid scheme I went to was one of those like fake acting modeling agency things that was like in the conference room at like a Hyatt Inn near the airport.
I did that where you had to find people to represent, and you were like but you were also being represented.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
Ours was go to the give us $1,000 and we'll get your career started kind of a thing. But then there probably was a incentive to bring other people in, I'm sure. I was 9 years old, and as we left, my dad was like, this place is a fucking scam.
Oh, see, I was so like nervous about it, like, and I would be the kind of person that I would just feel like I'd get so nervous that I would just be like, I'll give you like all of my friends' phone numbers. And so I get friends being like, why'd you give them my number? But yeah,
that happened with someone played a prank on me and gave one of those like places my phone number, and they just called me for months and months and months after.
Yeah because they like need all those people. But yeah, I just, because it's all just like clip art, photos, like just weird nonsensical, like follow your dreams and your dreams will follow you sort of things. And then just all that stuff. Yeah,
the older I get and the harder I have to work for fucking every little thing.
Yeah.
And not like successfully.
No.
Like the older I get, the more I realize, just how like I just need to eat before 1.
That's the main takeaway. That's the main takeaway of this podcast is just, guys, just eat.
You gotta eat, because if you have a sound mind, you're not gonna fall for these tricks.
I will say I was very hungry when I went to those meetings, and they had good food. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so this is something where we're going to do a little bit of math here, because here they actually have. So this is after the launch of that video where all these influencers, posted their shit or whatever.
Okay.
So we know a couple of things. We know how much they paid Kendall Jenner, and we have here listed the likes. So let's take a look.
Okay.
Now, Kendall Jenner was $500,000, they said. Like, it cost $500,000 to get Kendall Jenner to post about this thing.
Okay.
If I go into someone and try and tell them that, like, hey, this campaign we did, got a lot of likes, got a lot of hearts and comments and all that, it literally has no correlation to real world money at all.
Okay.
It is literally a figure it's all about your ego. It's all about you clicking a thing and getting that sort of gamified slot machine reaction in your head.
Yeah.
And then as the poster, it's just a fucking thing to make you keep posting and kind of drive you insane. Like, I don't know about you, but like I have started and stopped my content career so many fucking times.
Yes.
This is like my 4th podcast.
Yes, I hear you. No, I've done the same thing. Marie and I, we have our podcast, Bloody Podcast, and we do it, but then we don't like promote it as much, and then we promote it, and then we'll get like 2 likes, and we're like, we're making it. We're doing things.
There we go.
I can't believe she gets 6.3 million likes. What does she do? Like, is she like like solving equations? I don't understand what.
Is she Good Will Hunting?
Yeah.
In MIT?
Is she like, hey, let me explain, the meaning of life, and then that's why 6.3 million people liked it?
Honest to God, I am so far out of her demographic that all I can say is she is famous because she's Kim Kardashian's younger sister.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's definitely one of the reasons. But it's like 6.3 million? Oh, man. Anyways, okay. I could just make myself depressed about this.
Well, all right. So $500,000. So they paid 7 cents a like on that.
Okay.
Which is not it's okay, you know, like if I'm running an engagement campaign, I'm pretty much guaranteed to get like a 10-cent engagement on money. Like if I'm literally going to run that ad with that amount of money but not have Kendall Jenner involved, I'm probably going to get the same results.
Okay.
And that is their most successful post.
Yeah, that is by far their most successful post.
And the reason why I wanted to do all this math up front is because they paid for all of these people to post, and some could be as low as $100, some can be as high as Kendall Jenner with $500,000. I'm sure Emily Ratatat is good with like 100K.
Ratatouille.
Yeah. But there's pages of people, and it drops significantly. It goes from 6.3 million likes to 48,000 likes. Bella Hadid then has 94,000 likes. Again, this isn't in order, which is frustrating.
It is. I was noticing that. I was like, and they're not. It's not even like they're going by. Oh wait, they're going by followers. No, they're not even going by followers because Alessandro Ambrosio has more followers than Rocky Barnes.
Rocky Barnes?
And Paulina.
Oh my God, there's a person named Rocky Barnes.
I'm so upset. That's what I was going to name my son.
This is completely besides the point because I'm just going to keep scrolling and you'll see that there's even more people.
Oh my God.
And then there's more people.
And now we're getting into people who I don't even know who they are. I mean, I'm assuming obviously they're Instagram people, but it's like, who the hell is Ducky Thought? Or Joe Weir?
I've heard.
I know who that. Oh, I know who. I know who Stipe Miocic is. Why would they pay him to promote the Fyre Festival?
Wait, who's Stipe Miocic?
He's a UFC fighter.
Do you know him personally?
Yeah. We're cousins. No. I know who he is. I know of him because I watch the UFC sometimes. But he only got 749 likes.
Yeah,
794. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you don't want to rob them of those likes.
But I love how they're like, hey Stipe, I think your fans really want to know what kind of music festivals you like to go to.
Right, but it's just like I can't glean anything from this. It's so much information. It's not organized in any way. It's like none of these influencers are siloed off into their own what we call personas. So a persona could be like a middle-aged mom who has 3 kids and enjoys watching NBC. Like that's a persona, and that's how some marketers go after the audiences that they want to go after. I can't really do that with this because
not
they
at
have
all.
athletes, they have this MMA guy, they have male models, they have female models, but then they also have female influencers. What's the difference? I have no fucking clue.
Yeah, I think
and then there's another page.
Oh wow, Aisha Atkins. Who's Aisha? She only got 89 likes, but these people were all paid. Mm-hmm. They were all legit paid to promote this.
Yes, and I don't know about you, but if I got paid, I mean, here's the 27,000 followers. Like who's like my dog has that many followers.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, you should have gotten paid to promote the Fyre Festival. Yeah, that's so weird. And again, no idea who they are, no idea what their range is or why they were picked or anything like that.
It really does seem like kind of
to me
like whoever said yes is who they got because like Chris Johnson, the former running back, journeyman running back, like the hell does he have to do with music?
Yeah.
I know he can run for 2,000 yards in a season. I don't know what he can do other than that.
Yeah. Stipe's got a mean knockout punch. Mm-hmm. So, he's
how
a pretty good
how would
grappler.
he have done in the bedlam of Fyre Festival?
He would have taken over. Not a lot of people would have survived after that.
He was wearing furs and
he's wearing skin.
He's got a pile of just like things he's taken from other people.
Yeah, he's just like, it's mine now.
A harem of just Fyre Festival people just wafting him with banana leaves.
Well, as long as if you get him on the ground, he's like a turtle, so he'll be fine.
So we just got to get him. So in the apocalyptic Fyre Festival scenario, we have to get him blackout drunk first.
Yes. Well, I mean, that's counting on if he's not already blackout drunk. So if he's not already, then yes, first you need to get him blackout drunk.
And then we need to just put as many shin-level brooms to trip him as possible.
Yes. All that broom factory that's on the island.
Okay, here we go. Here's where this thing all falls apart. Now we go to this thing. All right, so we just skipped over like 5 pages of just randos.
Of just, yeah.
We're filter. At page 25. It says Fire Starters. As part of our influencer marketing campaign, we partnered with Kendall Jenner to announce our first headliners, the Good Music Family. Within 5 days, she amassed approximately 6 million unique impressions. That doesn't make any fucking sense. There's 6.3 million likes. How can you have more likes than you have impressions?
Yeah.
An impression is, for those who don't know, impression is anytime a ad or you on a page. Just basically, an impression is anytime there's a 3-second buffer for something to read you. So it can be a pixel, it can be the website, it can be a tag or something, but it just needs that 3 seconds to just load itself and be like, oh, cool. I don't know your Lauri, but I know your Facebook ID cookie number 3567, blah, 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 blah. And
how do you know that?
Well, just,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I stalk you.
Oh boy, this is awkward.
Yeah, all those diet pills and gambling ads that you've been getting.
Yeah,
yeah, it's just me.
So many diet pills. It's so weird.
Apparently, diet pills is like illegal on most platforms now.
Yeah,
yeah,
because like they kill people.
They do. Wait, I have a fresh. Well, it's not fresh. It's like 4 years after the expiration date of some diet pills that are basically meth.
Ooh.
What happened was the guy came up with them, and it was meth. And then the government was like, "Hey, that's meth. you can't have that." And he's like, "Oh, sorry. I'll change it. I swear, I'll change it." And all he does is just tweak the formula a little bit, add like an extra useless carbon here or there. And he's like, "Cool, new formula."
Oh.
And then they're like, "No, this is still meth. You're going to jail." So I have a pack of that.
Oh, nice.
And I'm terrified to take it, even when I'm like feeling my fattest.
Oh yeah, don't. No. Isn't that the stuff that that one lady Anna something? What was her name? Anna. I want to say Anna Kournikova, but that's not it. That's a tennis player.
Anna Green Gables?
She was like she married like a really rich old guy, and then she used to be a stripper, and then she had a TV show.
Oh, Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow, I haven't thought of her in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's dead.
Because she, yes, yes, she's very dead. She did diet pills. That was like her thing, and then I think she died because of them.
Right. Yeah. There was.
Or I think it was like a drug thing. Or
I used to. I mean, I watch wrestling currently, but when I watched wrestling in the 90s. Because it wasn't a PG program, there was only so much advertising they can get.
Yeah.
So, they couldn't get like toy commercials and shit like that because, no Mattel is going to be like, you're going to have Stone Cold Steve Austin like bleeding. This guy's going to get smacked in the face with a chair, and then Sable's tits are going to be hanging out. I'm not advertising Fruit by the Foot with you.
They missed an opportunity there.
So, Stacker. It was called Stacker. And it was always just a fat guy singing about how he's going to get thin, and then a bunch of like sexy ladies being like, "Yeah, he is." Or they would be like, "Fuck you, fatty," and they'd push him into a pool or something. Like, you remember how much the 90s hated fat people?
Oh, the 90s was being fat was the worst in the 90s. Like it was like the 90s was like fat people were like the new Hitler. Like fat people were like, and if you were fat, you were automatically a bitch or an asshole, and you were secretly a rapist and a pervert. Like there were always so many fat people in movies and TV shows who were just like the worst people. And it was like, I mean, I feel like they're giving us too much credit because I don't leave my house. Like I spend a lot of time in my bed.
There's my weight fluctuates like since I was 16 years old, my weight has gone from 170 to 215 maybe about 7 times.
FYI to the listeners, Charlie like literally took his shirt off while we talked about this and is now flexing.
It's just all loose skin and stretch marks.
No, okay. No, I mean, but no, you look great.
Oh, thank you. But so like I remember watching Sega commercials.
Yeah.
And being like, oh man, I wish I could have a Sega or a Super Nintendo. And then there'd be some fat guy and they'd be like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, he's going to die alone. Okay, great. Awesome.
Moving on. Oh, what the press is saying.
Ooh.
They should update this. They got a total of 300 million social media views. 1.5 million media impressions in 48 hours. Again, that's not a lot. That's like 1.5 million impressions is literally just 1.5 million people seeing your thing.
Yeah.
And they have Fox News, W Magazine, Playboy Magazine, Glamour, Pop Sugar, Sports Illustrated, TMZ, InStyle, Vogue, Elle Australia. I always love... So one thing in PR that I used to have to do was try to figure out where things that like my clients were doing or things that I had written ended up.
Okay.
And a lot of times they would end like the client or something. I would be writing like a biography on like a glamour model or something. And I would then have to say, oh yeah, she was featured in Vogue, Italy. like look at the Australia. It's literally like an embarrassed whisper.
Yes.
I was in Elle, Australia.
Yes. That's why I always love the shows, or they're like, number one in its time slot. And you're always like, yeah, for Fridays at 4. You know, it's like.
I think I remember seeing a fact that SpongeBob had the highest ratings of any show if you just took the total numbers of a week.
Oh, really?
Like SpongeBob, hands down, was the most viewed show.
Oh, I thought that was Judge Judy.
Oh, really? I wouldn't be surprised. She's the highest paid television.
Well, no.
Person,
That's it then. She's the highest paid. That's what yeah. So I probably SpongeBob. But yeah, she's the highest. I love the question, is Fyre Festival new Coachella?
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't say who asked that.
Yeah.
It just has a bunch of magazines and then quotes that are not attributed to anything.
I like to think that was Elle Australia's, because then you could do it in an Australian accent. Is Fyre Festival the new Coachella?
Think Coachella times 1,000, and you're still not even close.
You're still what? What? How are you not close?
Fyre Festival is not your typical festival experience because you're given ham sandwiches and go sleep on the ground.
Yes. That's a whisper.
That sounds like an Australian festival.
Sounds very Australian. That's a whisper that they do. Fyre Festival is not like other festivals because you're going to be sleeping on the ground.
Year one achievements. Like, okay. All right, they have year one achievements. They have a bunch of stuff that they've already written. But the third thing under year one achievements, as in things that have happened, is expecting 100% sellout.
That's so dumb. I wonder if anybody was like, I wonder if all the investors are like, oh, nice.
They think they're going to sell out. Oh,
you know what? Okay. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to say that anytime anybody asks me about my year, I'm going to say, you know what? This year was great. 2019, I thought about losing weight.
Expected weight loss.
I expect to lose 100% of my weight.
Right.
I'm going to kill myself. No, I'm kidding.
By the way, you look great.
Thank you. That's very sweet. I currently have my shirt off. So just for the listeners.
It's a communal experience being on Dying on the Hill.
Charlie took his shirt off and I didn't want him to feel alone. Oh,
she wasn't going to be one-upped.
No.
Brand synergy, which is if you got to have if you have to have a section called brand synergy, you need more stuff in your package.
Yes. I love how now it's just like, I feel like it's one of those things where like in college I was a English literature major, mm-hmm. and in English in lit essays, you say your thesis in the first sentence.
Yes.
And so that was always like the hardest thing for me, because I was always so used to the introductory paragraph where it was like literally just filler. And then you got to your then you got to your thesis, then the 3 paragraphs, then your conclusion was just repeating everything. So when I got to the conclusion, I was always just like trying to find different ways to say what I said in my thesis and just add so much filler. And I was like freaking out. So I was like, I got nothing. So.
Or when you're writing one of those body paragraphs and you realize your first sentence is everything you need to say.
Yes. And so you're just like figuring out ways to repeat the first sentence the whole time. Like, and you always start things by that I mean.
Meaning.
Yeah. And I feel like this is what that is. It's just like, they're just like, okay, now we're going to talk about brand synergy.
All right. Sponsorship is a key revenue stream of Fyre Festival. Our 360... I hate it when people say 360 as if it means something. You got to put degrees or else you're just saying a number.
Yeah.
Like our 843 method, it's like, I can do that too. You got to put degrees or at least put the fucking symbol.
Yeah. Or something to make it seem like, that's
Anyways,
ridiculous.
Their whole thing captures revenue in a unique manner. By understanding their brand goals, they can then ideate and then conceptualize and then execute.
Is ideate a word?
Yeah,
Is
it's
it
a
marketing
term.
Word? Okay.
It just means thinking about stuff.
Like idea?
Yeah, conceptualize is they basically took ideas like, hey, we're going to brainstorm this. Okay. And they just split it into 2. It's like there's the brainstorm and then there's, okay, let's be serious though. What are we actually going to do and how are we going to do it?
Oh, okay.
That's the conceptualize part.
It seems like that's like any time you want to start a thing is you try and figure out what you want to do. Yeah. Then you think about how you're going to do it.
You got to figure out what you do before you come out.
Sorry, I just farted.
But this is their unique 360 approach, is the thing that everyone does.
Yeah, oh my God. That's so, but you know how they hadn't made it super cool is they put arrows in different positions.
Right. And they took a whole page to show it. And now they're moving on, pending partnerships.
That's it. That's all brands. That's all you need to know about brand synergy.
That's their system.
We got it.
And these are all pending. Oh my God. They only have, all right. So Magnesis, that was that guy's company. Confirmed.
Okay.
Snapchat. I mean, Snapchat would fucking do anything.
Yeah.
Tableist. I think that was also one of their like companies that was just already that.
Oh, okay. So pretty much only Snapchat was the one that they really had. And I love how all these other ones are pending. Like I could say I'm starting a business where I'm starting a shoulder pad business and I have Samsung pending. Like
they haven't said no.
They haven't said no. You know, it's like, how does that make any sense?
When are shoulder pads going to come back?
They need to.
Right. I think there's even a lot of men. That's what we need to do. We need to start
wearing shoulder pads.
There's a lot of men who just don't have shoulders.
I think that's a big thing. I think the male shoulder pad needs to start being a thing.
Because we've gone in the opposite direction. There's so many, just very fit ladies in the office. They don't need the padding. Is what I'm saying. They got the shoulders.
They have the posture.
Meanwhile, we got all these hipsters with their beards and their pour over cappuccinos running around, and meanwhile they haven't done a lick of manual labor since the Reagan administration.
Charlie has a red hat on now for some reason. No, I agree. I think that their shoulders are getting too short and they're getting too slender.
Right.
And they need to beef them up.
Right. And it's more for equality. Yeah. Because they're going into these workplaces now that are starting to be more representative, which is great. But they're obviously meeker and less physically
less physically able
endowed than their women counterparts.
Yeah. That should be the new commercial at WWE events.
Oh, yes.
Is like a small-shouldered man.
Yeah.
Just getting pushed into a pool.
Look, you can be 300 pounds and still not have a shoulder worth of lick.
Yes. You know what, Charlie? I think we just started a business.
Honestly, if I start this as a Kickstarter tomorrow, it will sell $20,000.
It would take off.
Yeah,
I mean,
male shoulder pads.
We already have Samsung pending, so I think we're good.
Oh my God, this is brilliant! All I need to do is buy women's shoulder pads.
Wait, no, don't tell the secret. Don't say what you're gonna do.
This is all right by podcast rules.
Guys,
is copyrighted.
Guys, don't say anything.
Honestly, I'm one of those idea people that like. Most of my ideas, I'm actually just happy someone else accidentally doing and then being like, oh, well, look, it would have worked.
Yeah, my brother's that way. My brother's always like, this should happen. And then somebody does it. And he's like, see?
See, everything after the idea, the hard work.
Yeah.
the
Like
coordination,
he takes
the
credit
infrastructure.
For it. Yeah.
That was all because of what I thought of.
Yeah, what I thought of. And then I put that in somebody else's head who I've never met and have had no contact with.
Yeah, the person who thinks that the idea is like 80% of doing something, I love them.
Oh, they're the best. That's like that guy from prison who keeps suing people because he's like, you stole my movie idea. Oh, I wrote that movie, and it's like, beaches or something. It's like something real weird.
Look, we don't have cable here, so I can't have seen it.
Yeah. There's no way.
And now we get to the part of the packet. Apparently, that's about land ownership.
Okay, yeah, because they are going into real estate.
This place is this company's all over the fucking place.
I find it interesting that in this whole packet, and maybe this is wrong, but I find it interesting that they have not mentioned at all how they plan on getting revenue or what revenue they have so far, because they seem to very much promote how they're spending a lot of money,
right?
But it's like they're not showing what capital they have, how they're able to sustain. Like, I feel like as an investor, I'd be like, I want to see that I'm able to get a return on my investment, but nothing.
And funny you should say that. We're about to get to the financials.
Oh, okay. That's like the last page then.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the only page of land ownership was Fyre has been given $8.4 million of market value land on Black Point Exuma in exchange for hosting the festival and advertising the island. That wasn't true.
No. And it's not anymore because they kicked him off the island. So,
all right. Well, here's the financials. They say they need to raise $25 million. Okay. That's it.
Oh. I was thinking they were saying, but we have.
You had so many poignant questions.
We have $10 million.
This is great. We're gonna dive into this. Lauri's head is in the right space now, and they're like, we need $25 million. Next.
All right, next thing. Who's on our team? Yeah. Oh my God, that's so weird. I mean, wouldn't you as an investor be worried about the fact that because the people that they were showing, those were all people that they had already paid to do to promote the Fyre Festival, right? Yeah. So those are already people, and so it would be well known that they paid Kendall Jenner $500,000 to promote.
I wonder if so. I think maybe what happened is they put this pitch deck together, and then they basically waited a week. And they got their reporting back from all their influencers and all their managers and everything. And then they just threw the numbers into this pitch deck, and it didn't change anything. So it didn't change the content of the deck at all. It was literally just the numbers, which like everyone in marketing has done this. We've all made a report, and then the thing's not done, but you're like, it's not going to fucking go crazy overnight. It's just going to kind of do the same thing more or less for the next 3 days. So I'm going to take down my percentages here and be like, oh, it's at this rate and that rate and that rate, and then just give the total numbers. And like,
so I can see that, but the thing that I find so fascinating is that not once have they mentioned like, look, we have like $250 million that we've put into this project. We need $25 million more. this is how we've spent our money, like not at all. And then they go like, okay, and then also how are they going to keep the money? Like, I just feel like that would be the kind of stuff that like I would want to know, like even like what bank are you going to keep it at? Like, how are we going to, if I wanted to cash out, how would I do that? Like, it's just all that stuff.
Yeah. Like, actually, that's a good point. That like having the financial backing of a bank or something along those lines, like having a financial institution of some kind, is actually huge.
Yeah. So nothing they have, and it's like it seems like they have no.
It's like we have a line of credit with this, and that's like none of that.
No. Okay, great, awesome.
Do you want to read Ja Rule's 2 paragraphs? Ja Rule gave himself 2 paragraphs.
Oh my God.
Billy McFarland, the sociopath narcissist that did this whole thing, only gave himself 1.
Well, he only needed 1.
But Ja Rule, on the other hand.
Yeah. Ja Rule is the founder of Fyre, where he is responsible for overall business strategy, guiding creative, and facilitating artist relations. A 3-time Grammy nominee with over 60 million records sold worldwide, he is widely recognized as among the most commercially successful hip-hop artists of all time. 50 Cent one time bought out like the first like 2 rows of his concert, so he'd just be rapping to like empty seats.
Oh, that's amazing.
In the tech space, he is an investor and advisor to the hugely successful members-only benefits platform, Magnesis. And as a television personality, he is both star and creative producer of the MTV docuseries Follow the Rules.
Oh, man.
So dumb.
Oh, wait. I didn't realize this guy had some nonprofits under his name, too. Accelerate and Leap. I got to do a deep dive. I'm going to go into that later.
The founder of 2 nonprofits, Accelerate. I bet they're nonprofits because they help him fund his...
Oh, yeah.
Fund his businesses.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. I think Accelerate and Leap were the companies... No, wait. Never mind. Sorry. I was going to say those were the companies he had started after the whole Fyre Festival thing blew over. But then this is before that. So this is the pitch. So I was like, oh, that couldn't be it.
So they pitched their whole crew as like, oh, we have people who founded... Like, the way they phrase it is fucking weird. It's really non-committal to anything. It says decades of experience in the music and entertainment industry, which is just like Ja Rule. That's just Ja Rule saying, hey, say this.
Yeah. Murder Inc.
Founded 3 other companies and have worked at top companies including Google, Nike, Helmut Lang, and Breather. I have no idea what Breather and Helmut Lang are. And
Helmut Lang sounds familiar, but I don't know why. But yeah, Breather, I have no idea.
And maybe they hired some. Here's the thing. I got a buddy that works at Google, and I can't imagine him ever leaving Google or anyone there leaving to join a shit show of a company like this. That they are treated so well, paid so much, given like infinite stock options. Like,
oh wow.
There's really no reason for them to ever leave the Google like ecosystem. It is an ecosystem. It's like you get into Google and then you got to find a job in Google. It's nuts.
Okay.
But I can't imagine anyone going from that to the Fyre app unless literally they just found an intern that washed out.
Yeah. Or I could potentially see, because the way that I feel like from the documentaries, the way that I felt like they promoted it. Oh, that's the guy from Fuck Jerry. That's how I remember him.
Date rape guys.
Yeah.
The Fuck Jerry guy.
He allegedly. Was such a alleged date rapist. Full on asshole. Actual asshole.
Unconfirmed date rapist.
Unconfirmed. Almost positive date rapist. Come at me, bro. Lauri Rogenkamp.
At very least a head pusher.
Oh yeah, he's definitely like kind of coerced a woman into a corner at some point.
Whatever has been said about the kind of comedians where no one can really figure out how to feel has been done by the Fuck Jerry guy.
Yes. Oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, what I was gonna say was I feel like the way that they promoted it in the documentaries was that the Fyre Festival is like this thing where like everybody was like on a team, and when it was like gonna make it, it was like everybody made it. So it was like that guy Billy, whatever his name is, it seemed like he was kind of promoting these people like they were part of something big, and like they were gonna be part of like the whole team. So I can imagine like, because Google, I could see like, even though Google's great, I could see somebody being a little bit egotistical enough to be like, yeah, I want to be on the ground floor of something.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you've worked at a startup in LA.
Have I?
Yeah. Remember that first job you had? You hated it?
What was it?
God,
I can't remember.
I'll edit it out.
Yes. Oh my God. Just cut in with me laughing. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me of my job history. When I have to update my resume, I'm going to call you. Okay. Yes, I worked at it was a semi startup because it was a company. It was kind of like this with what's the company called, Mantis or whatever this other company is called?
Maleficent.
Magnus or Maginus or something like that, or Vaginamismus. Magnesis, that's right. It was kind of like Magnesis, where there was a company and then they were trying to start up this other like food delivery company within that company. And it was like, it was one of those things where it was everybody was like, we're all in this together. We all got to do the grunt work. And it was like, no, only we have to do the grunt work. Yeah. Like, you don't have to do shit.
I learned. So I went from like East Coast, very old type jobs to just way too much being asked of everyone, and it was just like, oh, it's a living or whatever. And then coming out here, and it's kind of like the same thing, but it's like waxier and glossier, and so when you get into a startup, like I had to learn that it's not in my best interest to buy into the bullshit that like managers and directors, and when they say like, yeah, we're a team, and like when we're gonna take you with us when we go, like I've had so many promises broken by employers, and not even just like I've had like legitimate things like reviews like never happen sometimes, like the ways that my career can actually go forward, like that all just falls by the wayside because everyone's overworked and no one has time to actually look out for anyone else.
I agree. I think it's one of those things where it's sort of like it sours you to the point where like now like when I'm trying to think of like, well I used to coach improv. I think that's probably the only example I could do, because I don't work as like a contract work like your wife does or anything, but like I used to coach improv, and I used to be very much like, hey, you don't need to just pay my gas, like that's all I need. But so many people would cancel that I started being like really upfront and being like $60, like you need to give me $6. So it was like one of those things where I felt like bad in the beginning, but then afterwards I was like, you know what, no, you need to ask for what you need. And I think all this, so I have a feeling, plus the way that it was framed in the documentary was that the first company, Magnesis, was actually kind of doing okay.
Well, it was spending a lot. It was kind of a pyramid scheme, right? Yeah, because they were spending more money than they were making, so all of it was just literally on credit cards, like unpaid credit cards, opening other cards to pay those cards, and getting investors to pay off the debt, and then like it was a Ponzi scheme. It was
a like a building block, like it was one of those like Jenga games, right? It was like But at the time, nobody knew that. It was only until this guy did Fyre Festival that it was like, oh, this is like a shit show.
And I just wonder, like, they sold so many tickets. Yeah. And they sold very expensive tickets. Yeah. Like, I just wonder how it would have worked, because clearly I don't know how hard it is to put on a festival. I imagine it's incredibly hard. It
must be so hard.
And to coordinate all of the travel that has to happen, just even from the airport, like they were saying, the buses that they had to figure out they had to just rent every bus that was on the island, because buses don't just arrive at islands.
Well, I also feel like you brought up a good point, which I feel like you talked about this earlier about like plumbing and stuff. Like, I think one of the things that really screwed them over was that they just were building everything from scratch.
Right.
Like they were building, they had to like clear out the area that they were going to put the like the little hut things, right?
Yeah.
They had to like totally doze that and like go through it and make sure it was like, you know, cleaned out and everything. And I'm sure that took up a boatload of time. They had to build the custom made like cabanas. And so it was like, you know, it must have just been so I think it was just over promising way too much. Yeah. And then they had the fact that you have to create everything. It's different if it's like a Coachella where it's sort of like you just put up, you know, tents and
sure. And the work on the next Coachella begins as soon as Coachella ends.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's already a well-oiled machine at this point, probably. But it's like, you don't have to like, it's not like you're creating, it's not like they have to go like, okay, now we have to create toilets. Like we have to create, like they had to figure out ways to get, and like you said, it's an island. So they have to figure out a way to get water for everybody and food and, you know, all this stuff. And so it's just like, there was like, and I just feel like there was just no realization that like, you know, when you're like in a did you ever do sketch comedy?
Yeah.
You know, when you're like in a sketch show and it's like you haven't had a lot of rehearsals and you're like, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I hope it goes well, and then it ends up being a really fun show and you're like, this is great. I have a feeling that that's how they were like, we're gonna do it, like it's gonna pull through at the end.
And I think that's the one thing that I hate most about startups is that they have that mentality way too much that like will make it work. Yeah. And like I watched both those documentaries and the American Greed episode because you got to watch Stacy Keach. Come on. I don't know anything until that man tells it to me. Yeah.
Like I could watch him like if he would just like narrate my life. I would love that. If he'd just be like, get up.
Get out of bed.
Yeah. Take a shower. I mean, like, thank you, Stacy. Thank you.
Today you're going to work.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, okay.
But there is that thing of like, we'll make it work, we'll make it happen. Like I've worked at a couple of startups in weird different roles. I was a facilities person at a startup. Okay. Which means it was my job to like do everything, like screw TVs onto the wall, build tables, move people. It was like 1,000-person office. It was a video game company, so that everyone had 2 towers and multiple monitors and all their fucking vinyl shit everywhere. Yeah. And you gotta no one ever put their shit in boxes because, you know, apparently you can't be bothered to read a memo or a fucking post-it that we literally put on your desk saying to put your shit in this box.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Can't be bothered.
No.
But there's this one time where we'd basically be like Santa Claus at night and deliver all these goodie bags to people and like a figurine and a satchel and all, and a sweatshirt and everything. And the people coordinating it had that startup kind of like, we'll just do, we're doing all this stuff, so we don't have time, but all we gotta do is put stuff on fucking desks. Is no big deal or whatever. Not realizing that like everyone has a different fucking sweater size. You know? And just that alone fucked everything up. Like, oh shit, she got a large. Oh no, give her a small. And then the next day there were like 300 returns because people didn't even fucking label their sizes correctly anyways.
Oh yeah.
So like they still had to trade them all in. Oh. And we did it the first time. The first Christmas was like the first week I was even at the office. Oh wow. Because it's an e-gaming, it's like an e-sport kind of a place. Okay. So I was brought on to do event work for them at their esports complex. Okay. And I impressed them enough, or at least I did enough free work or easy work that they were like, yeah, come on board. Okay. And so then I went to the Christmas thing and we got it done. But in that year, I think they grew by like 400 people. And so the next Christmas, we just couldn't get it done. It was 5:00 in the morning. No one had slept. We were all still halfway done. And at one point, we just like, there's a group of 8 of us. I think me and like one other person are the only people who like graduated college.
Jesus.
And like and that is to say that these guys are like, this is just like what they're like in their heads. They're like, this is just what I'm doing for the next 5 years. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to do this until I get promoted to a fucking higher position at another company. Running their facilities department or whatever. It's like, this is cool. This is great.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm like, I studied journalism. I'm better than this. and we're all just but we were all equally defeated in that moment because there was no amount of positivity that could get the job done.
Yeah.
It was a physical impossible. We couldn't.
Yeah.
So we all went outside and vaped. As you do.
That's how I think that's what they did at the Fyre Festival too. They just all went outside and vaped.
Just puffing high class plumes.
I think that I've done that before where you start off with the best intentions and you're just like, oh man. Well, the startup that I worked at, I remember the guy that when we moved offices and the manager of the place wanted us to all have Mac Pros. Mm-hmm. And so he like bought like 3 Mac Pros and was like working on putting them together and everything and setting them all up. Meanwhile, we're just taking food orders. Like we're not. It's not.
You could have done this on a Chromebook.
Yeah. It's not like we're doing anything.
Actually, Chromebook probably would have run better because you can't install anything on it.
Well, also, like, the software that we use wasn't compatible with the Mac. And so they were trying to figure out a way to, like, write new software. The guy who was trying to figure out a way to program new software. And he was just like, forget it. And then we just kept the old computers. And so it was just like, he was promising all this different stuff. And it was like, yeah, I went over there one time to drop off some mail or something. And it was like, he was just sitting in the middle of the room going like, hey, what's going on?
The CEO of the company?
Hey, what are you doing? Like, I was just like, man.
Did this place get bought up by any of the...
Yeah, it was bought, a while ago. It was, this is before, no, this is like right before I was laid off. It was bought...
Oh, that sucks.
It was bought... No, actually, I got like, I'm not supposed to talk about like...
Oh, but you got a severance package.
But I didn't get a severance, but I got like a something.
You got free food from the delivery service that will no longer exist.
Yes, yeah. No, they got bought out by I want to say it was E24, but I don't. Oh, maybe I think it was Grubhub. So but then they like, because it was like a hodgepodge of different stuff.
I mean, LA is littered with agencies who are secretly just trying to get bought.
Yeah,
and so what they do then is marketing. They just market the shit out of themselves, or these companies will spend an egregious amount of money on marketing, as you saw this Fyre Festival did. Do
you think that the Fyre Festival...
There was millions and millions and millions of dollars spent before a ticket was sold, merch was sold, anything.
Or before anything was built.
And it's like, how much money did you put into... the con that you could have just put into actually
into
making
the festival.
It work.
Well, that's what was so crazy was they literally they sold all of the tickets, they did all this stuff, and then they said, okay, now let's do now let's create the festival.
Let's figure out how much this is gonna cost.
I one time went looking at apartments, and it was this 2-story house, and this guy was converting the second story into apartments, and he was saying that he needed a 2 months deposit 3 months deposit to finish the renovations on the second floor. And I was like, there's no way we're gonna get that deposit back if we do that, because if he's using that for renovations, we're not seeing that money. And I feel like that's exactly what they did. They used the money from the tickets to make the Fyre Festival. So it's like, there's no way in hell. Like, I felt like at some point, like even in the documentary, they say like Billy would just become like less and less present, like he would just like not show up to things, like, and I think it's because like as it started becoming a realization that it wasn't gonna work, he was like, I can't back out. I owe so many people money. I have to do the Fyre Festival. It has to happen. So I think he was hoping that people would just go there and just accept it and be like, yeah.
I mean, we do live in an age where people do just, unfortunately, blindly just accept stuff.
Yeah. I mean, if only this was like Trump Fyre Festival, everybody would have loved it. They would have been like, yeah, it's only bread. That's all we need.
We love you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like,
But the airplanes couldn't get there because there's a weight limit. So, you know. Suck it.
Yeah, and they're also on a domestic terror watch list. So they can't fly. Hi. But that'll do it. This was awesome. I definitely want to have you back.
Oh, thank you.
I'll have a fun deep dive for you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I like this idea.
Thank you.
There's so many, like, when you mentioned it, I was like, there's so many things that I'm like, oh yeah, that's a fun idea. I like that.
Nice.
So I'm excited. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Do you have anything to plug? Your Twitter, your Instagrams?
You can follow me. I don't go on Twitter too much. I am on Twitter, but I think I have like 4 posts. And,
that's probably for the best.
And they're all about shoulder pads. You can follow me at PickleMyth on Twitter and Instagram. And then I have a podcast with my friend and sworn enemy, Maria Felix, called Bloody Podcast. It is a female-centric comedic look at crime and folklore. And it's about like women who commit crimes in history and folklore and stuff. So it's really fun. We'll have to have you on because we had Marianne on one time and she was great. Yeah,
I would love to be. I love wives with knives.
Yes, I love wives with knives as well.
Is there a person that you can look into who is just someone who almost through sheer ineptitude by everyone else was able to get away with just a lot of crime?
Oh yeah. What's her face? The Anna, I think her name was Anna Sorokin or something. She was the New York heiress who like conned a bunch of people.
Sign me up.
We did an episode on her and it was just literally like she was just like she went somewhere like a vacation. She took a friend of hers on vacation. She's like, you have to come on vacation with me. I'm going to this very prestigious resort. I get fully paid for. They get there. She goes, oh, I left all my credit cards and suitcases at home. Can you buy me a whole wardrobe and pay for everything? And the girl was like, okay. It's like, what? I mean, I love you and I love Marianne, but if you guys asked me to borrow $20, I would be like, yes, but I need it back immediately. Right. Like I wouldn't give you like money for a whole wardrobe. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Whenever my friends tell me like their money issues, I don't even engage them on it. Yeah. I'm like, that sounds rough.
I just immediately buy something on Amazon and send it to him and just send him a photo. I go, oh, that's tough. I just bought this TV on Amazon.
It says it's going to get here tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe you got evicted. I just bought the new iPhone. Did they ever book a musician? Did they ever book a musician?
Yeah, they had Blink-182 and
oh, that's right, they canceled
Good Music. Yeah, they had people there. They were like going to go, but oh no, it was like a Woodstock situation where people weren't getting paid, and they were like, "This is the day before the fucking show. If you don't pay us now, we're not showing up."
Oh, so no artist actually went to the Fyre Festival.
No, none of them really got paid at all.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. I was hoping you'd be like Blink-182 is like, yeah, we were there and we were like fighting for our lives. Like Travis Barker was like, this was the second worst plane ride I've ever been on. But
we're only at page like 10, right?
I think
so the first 10 pages of this investor packet, their entire business is the first 10 pages. So that means there's 32 pages of them just talking about this show that they want to put on.
Oh, Jesus.
that's supposed to support the thing that they could barely fill 10 pages.
Okay. So I totally messed up then. I thought we were getting into more of the Fyre app is their main business model.
Yeah.
That was the first. So now we're getting into the Fyre Festival.
Yes.
Which is the thing to. Oh, okay. I see. I was totally lost. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So literally the first 10 pages. So.
That's like Walmart being like 10 pages. All right, we're going to sell things.
Yeah.
But then we're going to have the Walmart Festival.
Yeah. It's
going to be in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And there's going to be lots of guns.
Yeah.
We're going to have a stump booth, and it's going to be a booth where everyone can just try and hit hammers with nails. Hit nails with hammers.
We're going to have a long hallway where you walk around and you pick where you think somebody recently took a shit.
It's probably in the toilet section.
Oh, yeah. It's probably right where the toilet was.
God, have you ever been in a store where someone did that?
Yes. I was in a store once where a woman had uncontrollable diarrhea.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was bad.
How
it was
did
not
that
great.
resolve itself?
Not well. She tried to make it seem like she was just like casually walking through the aisles. And she was wearing tan pants, and I passed her because the bathroom at the Target was in the toy section, so I was like walking around with my cousins, and I passed her, and you could just hear like a faint like a little bit, and then I just looked and I saw I was like, I think I see like what's going on, and then she just kind of like. And it was one of those things where I think she was frozen in fear, like she was like, "Oh my God, what's happening?" And then she just went to the bathroom, and then there was obviously poop on the floors.
Oh no, that poor woman.
Yeah.
She was trying to get there as
she was trying to be so casual about it.
She just out casualed herself.
Yeah. I think what happened was probably she was like super trying to get there super quick, and then it didn't work out, so she was trying to be like, maybe I'll just stand here and but it didn't work.
Yeah, it's too late. Let's go to plan B.
Yeah.
So she's like, what's worse than crop dusting? Because that's what she did. She fertilized the store.
Yeah, she did. She fertilized.
She air fertilized.
She airplane fertilized the store.